Right now, it's an unthinkable crime in Coney Island. A 95-year-old woman now being charged with murder for the fatal beating of her elderly roommate.
So disturbing. Fox 5's Sharon Crowley is live in Coney Island with more on the investigation. Sharon?
Yeah, we're getting some new information from the criminal complaint about exactly how this crime took place. We are live right now in Coney Island. We're outside the Seagate Rehabilitation and Nursing Center in Coney Island. And as you said, police have charged a 95-year-old woman with murdering her 89-year-old roommate. Both of them were in this facility when it happened. Now, this happened Sunday on a third-floor room of this residential facility. Now, according to the criminal complaint that was filed by the Brooklyn DA, a nurse telling police that she checked on the 89-year-old victim, Nina Kravtsov, and she said that she was asleep. And then an hour later, the nurse returned to the room only to find her covered in blood and her roommate, the defendant, 95-year-old Galina Smirnova, washing blood off of her clothing in the bathroom. Now, the criminal complaint reads in part that the victim, Nina Kravtsov, was lying in her bed, non-responsive, covered in blood with a gash mark about her face. And further, the witness saying that the defendant was in the bathroom that is inside the patient room and observed that the defendant's hospital gown was bloody and the defendant had blood on her legs, and the defendant was also washing her hands in the bathroom sink.
All right, hold on. What is a 95-year-old woman murking somebody? That's crazy. And this is just super bizarre. My aunt, my great aunt, she's 95. And sometimes, she have that old person strength that no one try to break your hand when we try to take care of her and everything because she's bedridden and everything. But goodness gracious, this is just sad, man. What's going on with people today, yo?
I spoke with families who have relatives in this care facility a short time ago. You can imagine they were shocked.
I was terrified. I didn't know what to think, actually. And it's like the first thing I did was call to make sure my mom was okay and that nobody else got hurt. And then I came to visit her today.
I heard about accident. That's it. That somebody killed somebody.
What did you think?
It's terrible. Terrible.
When I came to see my wife at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30, she explained to me like what happened. I said to she, yeah, I see everything in the news.
Crazy.
And court documents showing that investigators may be looking at the pedals of the wheelchair as a possible murder weapon. They were covered in blood, according to the criminal complaint. And one of those pedals was seen. It was thrown out the third floor window and later found and confiscated by police. So the defendant in this case has been moved to Bellevue and will be back in court later this month. For now.
Wait, so she hit her over the head with the pedal of the wheelchair, or maybe with the leg rest or something like that on the wheelchair, and she killed her with it and thought in her old crazy mind that she could throw it out the window and it would just disappear. Well, it'll evaporate in the atmosphere. This doesn't sound right at all. What's the reason? Does this person have some mental issues or something like that? It has to be something. I just don't understand it. But this is just crazy. This is crazy. I'm going to play another video, and maybe the other video will talk about it. But I really appreciate it. I just want to take this short time to thank you so much for watching this video, especially watching it all the way up to this point. I know that your time is valuable, but you're spending it with me. Thank you. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe to this channel, and make some comments. All that good stuff will help as I continue to grow on this YouTube platform. Really appreciate it. Let's get to the next video.
A 95-year-old woman is being held tonight without bail. She's accused of murdering her 89-year-old roommate at a nursing home in Brooklyn. And tonight, a lawyer for the victim's family is talking to Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon about the tragedy.
The way she died is like in a Stephen King horror movie.
The violent death in a Coney Island nursing home of an 89-year-old Holocaust survivor and great-grandmother, allegedly at the hands of her 95-year-old roommate, has left her family broken.
This didn't have to happen. This should never have happened.
95-year-old Galina Smirnova was arraigned on a murder charge today in Brooklyn Criminal Court. According to prosecutors, she was discovered by a staff member at Seagate Nursing Home washing blood off herself and around the room she had shared with Nina Kravtsov for only 2 days. Nina Kravtsov was dead, according to the medical examiner, of blunt force trauma.
She was asleep at sometime around 9 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, she was beaten to a pulp.
The
That's
alleged murder
crazy.
weapon, a leg rest from Smirnova's wheelchair, found discarded outside the building. Kravtsov's family's attorney, Randy Zellin, is normally a defense lawyer and tells us dementia plays a legal role here in 2 ways. First, in a likely civil suit against Seagate, which had been Kravtsov's home for several years, arguing that it shouldn't have paired a patient with dementia with a roommate in a brand new environment without some supervision. And second, if the defense makes the case Smirnova didn't know what she was doing.
Dementia can bring on, unprovoked, out of nowhere, a fit of complete rage.
Facts.
So defensively, that's the defense. Now, be interesting to see how that plays in against the backdrop of apparently discarding the piece of the wheelchair, washing her hands in the bathroom. Now suddenly we begin to see, maybe I do know what I was doing.
Attorney Randy
And let me tell you something. This is what I look at. She's 95. I'm just going to come out and say it, and people might not say it. When she was younger, she was probably a murderer. She was probably a female Michael Myers and got away with it. Because, yes, with dementia, it can bring on a fit of rage. My aunt has dementia. My great aunt has dementia. And there's times out of nowhere, she'll just like, wah! That's understandable. But it has to be brought on for something that maybe something was done or said or something like that. And then, we just let her calm down. We leave the room, let her calm down. She'll forget about it in like 2 minutes, and we come back. Sometimes they don't, though. Sometimes she'll be on it for more than 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just let her calm down. But what that lady did after she murked the other roommate, she opened the window, threw out the evidence, and went and washed her clothes. At that moment in time, she knew what she was doing. And she knew what she was doing, what she did was wrong. Now, maybe she probably forgot and saw the blood, and then that's a reaction that maybe she did. But at that moment, she opened the window and threw it out the window. So, of course, the defense could say that, well, she has dementia. She can't remember what she did. And, yeah, okay, that might be a decent defense, but she still murked somebody. So now they might have to look at her past like, yo, it sounds like a Russian name. Hey, well, what the Eastern European name and stuff like that. Hey, what country you came from? Oh, let's look at your records. Oh, snap. You were a murderer there. You never know. You never know that this old 95-year-old woman could have been a former murderer, for the KBB. Whether the KBB or KKB, whatever it is. Or the Kremlin. We don't know. We do not know. Shoot, she could be an old Soviet spy that's just, in a nursing home chilling. We do not know. My heart goes out to the former Holocaust survivor. It's just so sad to see these type of stories. It's so sad to hear these type of stories. But it happened in Brooklyn. I had family in Coney Island. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But, we have to keep ourselves in order, and we have to make sure that we protect our families. My aunt has dementia. My aunt is bedridden. She lives at my grandmother's house. Thank God that my grandfather, God rest his soul, and my grandmother, she's still alive. Thank God that they bought the house that they did in 1971, so that family can stay there and we could be a family unit. I don't believe in putting your family in nursing homes unless you absolutely have to, because this is a situation that can happen. So you have to be very, very careful. But my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, especially watching all the way to the end. If you have made it here, thank you so much. If you haven't already, please like the video, make some comments, tell me how you feel about this one, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. All that good stuff will help us continue to grow on this YouTube platform. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Protect your family. Protect your family. Peace.